welcome back to Planting Life Matters. Hey guys, thanks for dropping back in. Today I have my grandbaby Madison helping out. The best part of my garden is having my grandkids be a part of bringing everything to life. Now, it's a beautiful day, and as you can hear, the neighbors are out mowing their lawns and working in their gardens, and it's like music to my ears. I picked up a few plants and I am doing some upcoming projects with them. I'm even going to try my hand at blueberries. I love growing bell peppers and I'm trying banana peppers also for the first time. I love those with pizza, so I hope I can make that work. I also picked up some stepping stones for a pathway, but I didn't like it, so I picked up some more for another idea that I have. So hang around so I can share a little bit of more of that in a moment. Madison's just going to help me out with my watering for those new shrubs that I put down, and also a few annuals that are in place as well. So we got a lot of projects that are coming up, and I'm putting in some drip irrigation, not in this video, but stay tuned for that. Some really good things coming for the summer. So let me just walk you around and show you a few things today that we're working on. So you can fast forward if you want to skip through this. I get it, but I really would like for you to stay to the end. So I'm putting some new plants in the fountain area. Last year, when I built this fountain area, I just pulled plants out of the house, like some palms. There are 2 palm plants back there. And just literally threw them out in the backyard. Had a few other house plants. I'm not a huge house plant person. Can't tell you the name of most of them. But I did learn one thing about several house plants is that they don't have to be house plants. They can survive just fine outdoors. Now, many of you may know that already. That's brand new to me because I have never been into houseplants. So I only have 3 right now. I think Dracania is that, and that is a cutting that I took off of a 4-foot plant and just put it in a bottle of water, literally, and let it have a root system form. And then I placed it in some dirt. And it seems to be thriving just fine out here. It did last year as well. I do have a couple of palms back there that I keep saying I'm going to take out of its original pot that they came in and plant them in some larger containers and underplant them maybe with some flowers. Um, I have elephant ears from last year that's starting to come back. And I have a couple of hostas, one in the ground, one in a pot. This is a weird area. So the sunshine ligustrum gives shade for the most part, but this is a west-facing area. So significant heated sun comes through in the dead of the summer. It gets really hot and very sunny. But in little pockets, I can plant some more shaded plants. I may have to move those back a little bit. We'll just have to see. So I am going to be working on this area today to add more items to it, clean up a little bit, see some weeds coming through. I did put in some iris. I actually bought 1 iris, and you take it out of the pot, you take a little inexpensive saw from the dollar store and cut that sucker in half. Now you have 2. Okay, some Dusty Miller that I put in. I put in a double up red begonia that should get fairly large. I may have to move that too. It says sun shade, but you just have to kind of play around and see where it's happy. And the same thing with the heuchera. This is really more of a sunshade heuchera. And which one is this? The black pearl. And I wanted the darker color leaf foliage because I have such chartreuse colors surrounding it. And this is a hibiscus. And I think that's the right now. Oh, I see my little seedlings coming up. I did put in a packet of seeds that is for Shasta daisies. So that's a lot of sun in this area right here. Um, I'm not going to spread those out. I don't always follow the instructions. I could take those seedlings and spread them out right now. I'm going to let them obviously get a little larger. I may not. Sometimes I just let things grow as it may. I do have some canna, dark purple leaf canna with orange flowers that comes in later on. So there's quite a few things in here. My goal is to add more perennials. The Shasta daisies or perennials, and that way I don't have to do as much in the annual selection each year. Pop in a couple of annuals, but I really want to get this to a healthy place where the ground is full of perennials. And I'm not really huge on tropical plants, but obviously I'm focusing more on things that look tropical in this area because of the water fountain. So I will check back as I make some progress. I thought I would share how many unfinished projects I've started and not been able to complete. It's almost like you have an idea when you're out here and you go, oh, I should do that. And then you start on it. I really try to do one project at a time, but it doesn't always work that way. So if you followed me for a while, about 2, 3 years ago, I've lost track of time, 2019, my grandson and I dug this area out because it was crabgrass like crazy. Okay. I could not control it. Terrible grass mixed in with Bermuda, and so we just decided, let's yank it. And not only that, we kept sinking in our chairs, sitting in the grass. And then I did about 3 to 4 inches of pea gravel on top of sand and a barrier that I put down, weed control barrier. And it works fine. I normally have a dining table up here. I've had like little sofa tables and things of that nature. But I noticed that people are still sinking a little bit because I probably brought in maybe too much pea gravel. It doesn't bother me so much, but some folks it does. So I had picked up a bunch of 12 by 12 stepping stones earlier today to do something else with it, and then I didn't like it. And I thought, you know what, let me just test this out in this area, and see if this is what I want to do. Normally, of course, you would have everything leveled before you start bringing your stones in, and but I'm not going to do that. I decided I'm just going to sit them on top of. I moved the gravel out of the way, and then we sat my grandbaby and I. She's out helping me today. Hey, Maddie, say hi. So she's doing my watering right now. But we moved the gravel out of the way and then tried to just level it as much as possible. And this is going to be hidden for the most part underneath the dining table. So I'm not that worried about aesthetically, if it's perfectly leveled. We just want our chairs not to sink. And this is really going to help. So I picked up about another 44 of the 12 by 12s. They're in the back of my truck, but we're pooped. And we'll do that on another day. But that's what we got going on in this area. So I got a lot of boxes out where I'm removing all stickers and tape because I'm going to be putting down boxes where I'm adding some new beds, really small bed areas. This is an area where the grass never, ever, ever grows. It's just a weed. And so I've been spraying it and killing it off. And I am putting in some stepping stones back here, little flagstones. They're really concrete that I pick up at Lowe's. Very thick, pretty heavy, but they're still manageable for one person to do. And so I'm adding those. I'll be adding some sand in them. This whole area is still a work in progress and will be for a while, doing a little bit at a time. And so I'm just turning around to get a better idea. Normally, I would not have put that timber there, but I decided that I needed something with a little bit of height because of the slope. Sorry, guys, I've been sick, real sick. Okay, so because there's a slope here, I didn't want the mulch and the ground soil to get washed out into the pathway. So I wanted something that was a bit of a raised bed. I don't want to say raised bed, but just an incline where I could make it a little bit higher than what I have on this side, even though I would rather it match. So what I'm going to do instead is double up. I'm going to add another timber on top and I'm going to stack them to create a little bit of a wall effect. I'm also going to stain that. And then here we pick up with, I don't know why I'm doing this, if I'm being honest. I think I'm just trying to hide the grass. I couldn't think of anything else. But it will just maybe be an extra seating area, like I have over there with the couple of seats and a water fountain. So I could do another seating area here. You keep walking through. This is where I'm putting in cardboard using the sheet mulching method of adding new beds, because I'm not going to plant anything in these beds just yet. So I'm just going to add all of the cardboard here for now. And then I'm going to put some soil in, some good compost. And then I'll probably top it off maybe with a little bit of mulch just to make it look better. And until I figure out what I'm going to plant here. I did pick up some really small boxwoods. These are Japanese boxwoods. So this is the size of a Japanese boxwood that is about, this is third season, I think. I would say that's probably almost 3 feet high and about 2.5 feet wide versus this teeny tiny fellow here that costs 11 bucks at Home Depot. So I'm going to add boxwoods on both sides, basically. I'll take my time. I could have bought the larger ones to match this, but I'm okay with it not matching. For right now, it'll catch up. I'll have to keep them trimmed really tight and small in this area anyway. So I haven't figured out what I'm doing with the pots yet. Last year I had purple fountain grass in them, and they did okay. This area gets a bit more shade because of the crepe myrtles back here. But that's what I'm working on for right now. Oh, and you know me, my hot mess zone, this is what I always refer to the dog zone as. The hot mess zone, I've been spraying some grass killer. I'm killing off all the grass. Get over there a little bit better. And I'm getting ready to bring some topsoil in after I get all the grass out. And I'm going to put in St. Augustine back here instead. So just in the dog area, there will be St. Aug, which will grow a lot better in the shade. So that's what I'm working on for the moment. I'm dedicating this time to areas that I've just been putting off and saying, I don't want to deal with that. So that's where we are. We got a lot of work in progress stuff going on out here. Maddie, again, helping me out with all the watering because I've been buying plants and trees like crazy. And really, I'm potting them. I have 3 of the juniper blue points. I am growing in pots. And I'm going to underplant those later with some flowers. I have a new wisteria that I planted. This is the one that is this is the 3rd season. And it started out this size here. So we got a little ways to go. That replaced my red climbing Don Juan rose that I was in love with. But unfortunately, it got rose rosette. So I had to get rid of it. But I'll stop there for now. Just wanted to share some of the projects that we're working on. And we will follow up again soon. Thank you guys so much for checking in.